everybody, welcome to a test of mining in Star Citizen. This is PTU 3.30R, which has the sub designation or build designation of 971097. I tell you all that just so that you know which version of the public test universe we're filming this in. So I'm here at Olisar. It's a brand new install of the latest patch during the PTU, and we're going to go and get my prospector. And oh dear, that's not a good sign. When all of the AI players, NPCs, line up like this, it usually means there's a crash imminent. Let's see if we can get out there before it arrives. Right, prospector, there we go, retrieve. Pad 7. And let's hope that we've got a complete ship. Notice the frames counter at the top right, running at 52 frames-ish. Jumping to 77, standing in front of the airlock, and hooray, we've got airlock lights back. Add a little bit of speed, get up to the ship. Oh, she's got 2 engines, she's got 3 landing legs, she's got her saddlebags, she's got her guns, she's got her doors. Hooray, we might be in business here. Let's turn around and make sure that... Hello? There we go. Make sure that nobody followed me up the ladder. Right, get the ship warmed up. And we're waiting for the shields to generate. You see they're still red in the top left HUD. Right. F2 for the star map. Zoom out. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling. There we are, there's yellow. And they've fixed the Port Olisar avatar on the map. Hooray! Another good fix. Right, click on yellow, set the route. F1 to close the star map. There's yellow there, look. So, get up, get the undercarriage up. I'm using mouse and keyboard at the moment because there's far too many patches in the PTU for me to be bothered to keep adding the HOTAS mappings back into the build. So the routine now for quantum travel is point at your target. Let's just add a bit more thrust. Point at your target, wait for the calibration to hit 100%. The first jump to a target always takes forever. Okay, then tap B, wait for the spool to hit 100%, and then press and hold B, and as soon as you get the quantum travel engage audio cue, let go of the B key. Wait for the quantum travel to die away. I'm gonna turn around over here, press B again, and I think what we'll do is we'll just jump across to OM5 Whoops. I only tapped the B key instead of holding it.
Quantum travel engaged.
We're awfully close to that rock on our right there. Let's just get up here a bit. Okay, press the tab key to go into scanning mode. And press and hold the left mouse button. Let go. And it scans a ping out. Okay. We're not getting any result. So we'll just travel for a bit and then do it again. One of the problems with keyboard and mouse is that you get this mouse drift on your heading when you let go of the mouse. You've got to be very, very careful to get the mouse centered before you let go of it. Let's just scan again. Nothing visible. You notice I'm heading into the center of the asteroid belt rather than staying on the periphery of it. Now, I apologize for any random sniffs or coughs that sneak into the video. I'm getting a little bit of a head cold again. I think it's tiredness related. I've had a busy couple of days. But I'll try and edit them out if I catch them. Still nothing there to scan. I'm going to add a bit of boost. Means I've got to keep a straight line to keep the boost.
100%.
There's something up there slightly left of center. Just got a faintest shadow of a registration off it. Come on. Getting strange blue lighting on those rocks. What's going on? Let's just bring the speed down to 0 a minute. Right, we've got a rock down here at 3,500 meters. Okay, let's just fly down there. See if we can pick it up a bit. There it is. Stop. Corundum, aluminium. Pretty low percentages. Although that aluminium could be quite high if we fractured the rock. Now, we're pretty close to it. This is going to be a tricky split. Right, okay, just to explain the mining screen, when you press M to bring out the mining arm, you get this screen comes up. The energy transfer graph at the moment is not really helpful, it's confusing more than anything. The laser throttle and the rock energy at bottom left are the ones that you want to pay attention to. You use the laser throttle to build and lower energy, that's the mouse scroll wheel, until the progress bar in the rock energy level is in the green. You want to keep it there. At the lower right, you've got the fracturing sensor and the overcharge sensor. You want to build the fracturing sensor to as near to 100% as possible. Well, in fact, you've got to have it at 100% before the rock fractures. And you want to keep the overcharge sensor as close to 0% as possible. Now that will build if your rock energy level at bottom left goes into the red. So let's just... So there we are. The mining laser is quite loud, and I'm scrolling the mouse wheel, building up the laser throttle. You will normally have to push it up to 100% to get the rock energy level climbing. And you judge the rate of climb in the rock energy level to decide how much to throttle back the laser throttle. Continually adjusting it. You want the slowest possible build in rock energy level as it enters the green, so that it stays in there the longest time possible. And you can see the fracturing sensor climbing now. And as I'm drifting, the rock energy level falls away. Continually balancing the laser throttle to keep that rock energy level in the green and keep the fracturing sensor climbing without building up the overcharge sensor. It sounds complex. But you can get used to it quite quick. Right, let's focus on this fragment here. Aluminium 6.89%. It does need further fracturing. That one's an orange border, so does that. That's an orange border. Orange. So there's a purple one. We can extract that one. It's pretty low percentages though. For the purpose of this demonstration, it'll do. So we now click the right mouse button and it goes to extraction mode. There we are. Right, now I expect all of these remaining fragments to be... Oh, there's a purple one just behind there, look. Have a look. Pretty low percentage. Let's fracture up this one that's closest to us. So right click the mouse button again. Go back to mining. Let the mining laser stabilize and then start adding throttle using the scroll wheel. And in fact, you notice the green and red bars on the rock energy level have disappeared. So if we go off the rock and come back to it, it should... There we are, it's come back. So try and get the mining laser back on the bit we've already heated up. Use the throttle to build energy. Fragments need a lot less energy than a complete rock. Just trying to stop the shift drifting and keep the energy in the green on the rock energy level. There we are, that's fragmented up nicely, and all of those fragments should be extractable. They are. So let's have a look at them. That one first. Corundum 0.48, aluminium 6.54. That's a low yield piece. This one. Corundum 3.2, aluminium 6. Again, it's low yield. Corundum 2.78, aluminium 5.14. That's not extractable. There's a high yield one. We'll have that one first. So right mouse button to change to extraction. It's only a very small piece. Not a lot in that one. Quite a large piece with a low yield. Is that purple behind it? Yes. Aluminium 8.65. It's a smallish piece, only 186 units. Now, what I'm regarding as low and high yield, or low and medium yield, is when about 10% of the rock or more is extractable. See, that one's only like 7% total between the two elements. That one's about 8%, but it's a very small rock. That needs further fractured. That needs further fractured, but it's about 14%. That one's very low. That's about 5.5. That one's quite good. That's about unfractured. That one's about 12%. So let's just fracture this some more. And you can see we lost the green and red. We just sway the laser out and back. Now, distance does make a difference to how much energy you have to pour into a rock, as does mass. Generally, the more you take your time, the better you'll get rewarded. Firstly, because the rock's not going to explode and damage your ship if you take your time. So firstly, because if you take your time, the rock won't overheat and explode. Secondly, because you can find the valuable bits, see, like that one. Let's just scan all these first. That's a very valuable one. Let's have that one in. That's 12, 16, that's about 17% minerals. Now, we want that one behind there, because again, that's about 17%. So what I'm just going to do is strafe sideways a bit to get a better view on it. That one at the back is still very, very poor. This one's very poor as well. That one's about just under 10% aluminium. It's not too big, I'll take it. Don't want those ones. That's saying about 13.5% as it stands. So let's see what happens when we break that one up. And we've lost the green and red again on the rock energy level. Just go off the rock and back. We start the build up at about 12%. If the rock energy build up stalls, we can add a bit more throttle. If it starts to race, we can take a bit away. When it hits the green, we take it away anyway. Start watching the fracturing sensor. Keep watching the rock energy level. Don't let it get in the red. There we are, the rock split. So this big chunk nearest to us is very low, very, very low, about 1.2% minerals. The one behind it is again pretty low. This is a very small piece. It might be high yield. It is aluminium 32%. There's another good piece, 28%. And that's about 15.5%. But we'll ignore these few pieces that are like 3 and 4%. That one says 14% unsplit. That one's like 5%. That is already split. Okay, so what about these ones here? They're again low. That's pretty low overall, 8, 9, well, almost 10% in that one. But that one I'm liking the look of. That's 14.5% pre-split. So go back to mining mode. Fracture mode, sorry. Just move the aim point off the rock and back on to get the green and red on the rock energy level. Start building it up. And as I said, distance is a factor. dropping the energy, sorry, the laser throttle quite dramatically there as the rock energy level approached the red. Let's do this first rock that's coming towards us. That's a 29, almost 30% rock, so go to extraction mode, right mouse button. Just 8% aluminium in that one. Well, if we can't find anything better, we'll take it, but the smaller rocks usually have better percentages. This one does not. What about this one? Sorry about the ambulance siren in the back. We live right in the middle of two hospitals. Okay, that's about 13%. We'll about 8%. That's not fractured. That's 8% pure aluminium. 2.5% aluminium. That's not even worth looking at. That's not worth looking at. It's about 7% total. So that one's, this looks to be, of all the rocks remaining that are split, this one looks to be about the best percentage, and it's just enough to finish off our cargo capacity. So there we are, we're at 100% cargo capacity. Let's put the mining laser away. And we know that Olisar is back in that direction somewhere. There's Crusader. So let's get up above the asteroid ring. And while we're doing that, just try and get that mouse to center so the ship doesn't drift. Get the star map up. Scroll it a bit around. Where's Crusader? There's Crusader. There's Olisar. Set Olisar as our route. F1 to close the star map. Yeah, so let's just add a bit of thrust. Get ourselves up above the asteroid ring. That's the problem with mouse drift. You don't get this with joystick, because the auto-centering joystick stops the drift. I'm nowhere near full afterburner speed there, but just want to drift, have a look at the view at the outside. Right, let's slow the ship down by changing the heading. Let's get the calibration for Olisar. Getting that little bit of mouse drift again. There we are. And tap B to spool up. And hold B.
Travel engaged. Fuel 100%.
I've got to wait for the
Quantum travel complete.
got to wait for the quantum drive to let go of the ship before we can control it. Now, Port Olisar air traffic have been pretty dickish recently, so let's see if we can get them to behave themselves. Let's just bring the throttle down, get the landing gear down as we come into a vector where we can approach the pads. Hold here, open the Mobi glass, go to Comlink, contacts, Port Olisar.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Wait for them to respond, and there we are. They've put us down on the side pad. And as I said, I'm coming in on keyboard and mouse, so it's not the smoothest of flights. Normally a lot smoother using the HOTAS. Get roughly over the pad, press and hold N until auto land takes over.
Landing successful.
There we are.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Using a thought to shut the ship down. Engine off, come on. In fact, it should be power off because it's the end of the session.
System off.
H to get out of seat. Alright, let's go see how much money we made. Exit the ship. And FPS is back down to about 52 on the landing pad at Olisar, dropping to around 40, or high 30s even, as we get closer to the ship terminal room. Back up to 67 frames per second while standing still in the airlock. Moving around does drop your frames rate because there's more to process. Right, sell from a location, being the prospector, 1000 UEC. Aluminium and corundum and a little bit of tungsten. Not very profitable minerals, but it demonstrates that it works. There we are, empty prospector. So we can exit the terminal now. Player wandering around Olisar without his helmet on. In full Space Marine heavy armour by the look of it. Right, so there we are. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick flight to demonstrate asteroid mining. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's got a few useful tidbits in it for you to make it easier for you when you do yours. I'll see you soon. I'm the Gazbeard. This is Star Citizen 3.30R. Public test universe. This is just testing some of the stuff that will be going to 3.3 live very soon. Hope to see you there. Leave your comments down below, please. Subscribe to the channel. And if you're not a Star Citizen player but want to play, please use my reference number, which is down in the video description as well as showing on screen throughout this video. You'll get 5,000 UEC into your account for when the game goes live using my reference number, referral code, and I get some points towards some prize or other. Not even sure what I get, but it helps us both. I'll see you soon. Another Star Citizen video next Wednesday. Every week on a Wednesday morning, Star Citizen. Watch out for my other videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.